The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I can't tell you what not to. Come on. I can't tell you no more, can't tell you no less. Yeah, than what I do. Breeze ever flowing. I can tell you there's a lot to. Dirty Dutch. Just take away your look. Hey, come on. Freedom. When come you on. See them, don't be afraid to shoot. Shot blasting. When the album gon' drop, stop asking and stop laughing. This is serious like the Glock stashed in the dash. When the mirror reflect the cop flashes. Cold sweats and hot flashes. Top that a chain in the tray, you drop ashes. Take more than that image to match this. A living gunpowder, fucking with the matches. Licking off random like something till it happens. Jump into the madness, strays are falling. Yo, I can set the beef with the gangster solid. See who gets weak when they taste the foreman. Fakes who want it, get their faces dormant. Take to warring, to estates with warrants. Back down and bagged at a stage performance. Sold out by Two-Face, Jake, informants.
Don't be afraid.
Got nothing to lose, but nothing is there.
Don't be afraid.
You got nothing to gain, where nothing is shared.
Don't be afraid.
You gotta prepare, if not you be scared.
Don't be afraid.
Straight to court and play your tape recording. Then take you straight to the place with wardens. This is the place they warn us. Followed by a record that forever will haunt us. That's why I rock a record that is never dishonest. Whenever my complexion either dead or in torment, it's alarming. The neglect of lawmen, from global warming to threats of bombing. And for the poor man, there's less involvement. The pressure's on him till he done snaps. Seen his daughter with her belly poking out of her back. And treat the hunger like a terrorist and counterattack. And quicker than he find a job, but found him a trap prepared for the brown and the black. With nowhere, know how to get back. Take a step back and think about your seeds when you see that she said that.
Don't be afraid.
Got nothing to lose, but nothing is there.
Don't be afraid.
Got nothing to gain, where nothing is shared.
Don't be afraid.
You gotta prepare, if not you be scared.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, lick a shot in the air. I can't tell you what to shoot. I can't tell you what not to. Nah, I can't tell you no more. Can't tell you no less than what I do. I can tell you there's a plot to what? Take away your loot, take away your food. Where you see, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
What's good? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie, man. Tonight we got on B-Boys Underground. Listen, when I say we've got somebody that has been doing this since we've been doing this, we've got somebody that's been doing this since we've been doing this. And especially in regards to podcasting, curating, and doing all types of stuff. Dirt E. Dutch. He's a creator, curator, producer, and a name tied to years of underground hip-hop discovery through IndieFeed, from building records to helping platform artists and shape tastes and culture. He's moved in more than one lane for a very long time, and we're getting into the music, the curation, the current work, and the mindset behind it. And as always, B-Boys Underground, we are live, and we are bringing you basically from the booth to the truth, live, uncut, unfiltered, and raw. Much love. And with that being said, let's get into it, man, and introduce the brothers that are with us. Once we got the one and only G-Dash Fresh, what's goody, and of course, Dirt E Dutch. Salute,
What up?
gentlemen.
What up,
How are
Ghost?
you?
Fresh was good.
What's going on, my brothers? Dirty Dutch, Ghost Boogie, B-Boys,
Doing
B-Girls,
good, doing good.
Underground. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
It's Happy B-Boys Wednesday, Happy B-Girls Wednesday, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely. And tell us about that one, man, because, you know, that one I've been listening to for like the last week and a half that I've known, like everything's been booked, and was like doing my research, and that song right there, I love that sample. I love, because I mean, that song is one of my favorite songs, right? And I don't know if you want to name drop the sample or not.
Yeah, that's average white band.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
like
but
the way he used it
Yeah.
differently too.
correct. Yeah, it feels
Yeah, they've been
good.
sampled a lot, but
Yeah, but
I always
you
try to put my
sampled
own
the
spin on
funky
it.
the part that I actually liked with it. I was like, hell nah, he hooked it with that. So like that was salute to you on that one. Dope
Appreciate it.
video. When did that come out again? Let everybody know.
That came out in 2007. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my first official music video, and that's from the album Troublemakers I put out with Breeze Ever Flowing.
Yeah,
Shout out to
much
Breeze. He's like
respect.
my
Absolutely.
sensei. And yeah, that's a dude from Amsterdam produced it, Arjen Noorderman. He was known for his work on MTV and all the Viacom channels, you know, VH1, all those. So he's a big expert in effects and all that. So yeah, he was a fan of my show IndieFeed back in the day. So that's how we met. And I was like, he was coming. He was actually in New York at the time. So I was like, "You want to shoot some videos?" And he was like, "Yeah, for sure." So we shot a few videos.
Okay.
That's dope. Yeah, man. I just I love like just especially being your first video. I have to ask you, what was it like just thinking that, all right, you had created everything and you had been established and it was like your first video that was like, yo, what was that like for you to say?
It was just like finally, you know what I mean? It's like everything finally coming together because I've been
Yeah.
working on music for at least a decade before that. You know what I mean? Just
Uh-huh.
dabbling, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
But that was like the world opener for me, you know, as far as getting exposure. So it was like, you know, uh, just a blessing, you know what I mean? And I owe a lot of that to Breeze because without him, I probably wouldn't have been continuing to make music, you know. And yeah, it's just it opened up other avenues, you know, as far as like collabing with other artists, stuff like that.
So it helped increase your exposure for sure.
Oh, most def.
And it was a fire beat and a great song and well received, right?
It was well received. You know, still was underground. You know, it didn't blow like it probably could have with the proper exposure, but you know, it did get around, and you know, it got us some other work, such as we actually did an album for the Museum of Art and Design in New York,
Oh,
playing.
salute.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy Arjun made instruments out of ceramics, and he was like, "I want you guys to make an album using these ceramic instruments," and it was actually jewelry. It was called Elastic Brand Audio Wear, and so he gave us the
Whoa.
jewelry. We took the jewelry home. It was like a flute and like all kinds of stuff, like and we made a whole album out of that. And
Yo.
it ended up getting in the Museum of Arts and Design, you know, MAD in New York City.
Yeah.
And it was,
Salute. That should be
yeah,
like a humongous honor. Like,
yeah, it was a
hats
big
off
deal.
for that.
It was on exhibit there for a while. We actually did a show in the museum, and then it moved on to other museums across the world. It was in the Netherlands, I think Amsterdam for a while. It was in Tokyo, I believe.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was my first real expansion as far as getting out there and getting more exposure, and that was all to that original video. Working with Arjun. So salute to Arjun for that.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's dope, and congrats on having like a project that took you all over, and basically you had an exhibit. How does
Yeah,
that feel? Like
it
not
was
just
it
to
was
have an
surreal. Yeah,
album, but you
it
have
was
an exhibit, bro,
it
that
was
went
weird,
out.
man. And I'll send you some pictures if you want to see how they had it set up. It was so dope. They even had we had a white vinyl pressed. They even
Oh,
put the
yep.
white vinyl up in the exhibit with the rest of the jewelry, and it was so dope. It was surreal, like and it was all stuff like that happens really fast. And it's just like boom, boom,
Hmm.
boom. Next thing you're performing in the museum, then they say, oh, it's going around the world. You know, it's not something you expect, but you take every blessing as it comes. And yeah, I couldn't be prouder of that work because it wasn't easy making music with those instruments. To be
Yeah,
honest with
I was about to ask, like,
you, they,
ceramic flutes and whatnot.
man, it was a task, but we made some dope songs out of it. It was really dope, and a lot of names are on that album. No, I don't know if you're familiar with Willie Green. He's
Hmm.
a engineer with Billy Woods, and I mean so many names now. Willie Green's got production on there. Breeze has got some work on there. Man, Kayla all day.
Wow.
Versus Essentials on there. It's a dope album, and we made a lot with a little, so to speak.
Are you a musician as far as like playing, reading music? And so we talking about flutes and what was some of the other instruments out of ceramic?
They made like whistles and like just like what do you call them, the boards. Yeah, I'm not a trained musician by any means.
Oh, are you talking about like the thumb boards or the kalimbas?
Um, no, like the what's the thing it's like a washboard kind of thing.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
washboard. Like
yeah,
motherfucker
like
playing
a
a washboard, but
washboard.
like with
and
spoons and
like
stuff.
and just like chains and stuff and shakers, stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Um,
that's dope.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
it was dope. And
that
this
would
is
have been
Vince.
interesting to be presented with that and then to come out with some output that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they were expecting something dope, and it really did come out dope.
How was it that I mean, before we even get into the first question, I want to even hear like I don't want to stop not knowing about this because I have to ask the question. Like you were presented with this idea and concept. Someone presented like here is I want you to make music with this, and then you guys were like you sat there and took on a challenge. That was a challenge that I maybe a lot of artists would have been like, man, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
This is one of the posters they had
I'm
for
gonna go
for the.
solo on you real
I don't know
quick.
if you can
Hold on.
see that.
Yeah, let me give you one
You can
second.
see
I'm like,
some of the jewelry. This is just a few of the pieces of jewelry. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
there.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So there's like a bracelet with some bells inside. She had some bangle bracelets too. They were just like clankers, basically. But there
Hmm.
was necklaces and shakers and stuff like that.
That's dope. That's real dope. I mean, like, what was your thought process when that was handed to you? Like, like, ha-
I felt like at the point I was at, I was like, I can make a beat off of anything. So just, you know,
you had that
send it
confidence.
over. Yeah, because once your workflow's in order,
Mm-hmm.
all you need, I mean, you could sample anything and make a
Yep.
beat out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't the only producer on it. I executive produced and engineered, produced a few of the beats, but Some of my boys produced on it too. Sketch the Cataclysm made some dope beats on there, and like I said, Willie Green. So everybody that contributed made some really dope stuff.
That's dope, man. So what I want to do, and it's as we do about this time, we ask the first question, and the first question is the same question, and we go from there, and we start and build, and we end. Uh, Basically, tell us about your very first memory that you have associated with hip hop. But not only that, we want to know why it was important to you and why it put us here today in this present moment, in this time, together talking
Mm.
about something that impacted all of our lives that are on this screen and including the people that are tuned in live. Much love to each and every single one of you. We appreciate you. Thank you. But tell us if you would be, please.
Yeah. Oh, damn, you going deep?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hip hop is basically a huge part of my life story. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm a '70s baby. My step pop, who raised me from when I was really young, was a drummer in a funk band, and
Was he known? Like, was it a
the
known?
band was New York Underground. It was not that big, the local NYC area, the greater NYC area,
Okay.
but so they would practice in my basement, you know, a couple nights a week, getting
Hmm.
nice and just playing. I would just sit on the steps and listen to him. And he always had some funk and soul records playing in the house, especially on Sundays when it was
Hmm.
cleanup day. And then I think my first exposure to rap, to hip hop, was probably probably Curtis Blow. These Are the Breaks was the first song I fell in love with. I heard Rapper's Delight and dope, memorized it, front to back.
Everybody
Hmm.
did. You, yeah, but it's the thing, you had to know it. Like, if
Yeah,
you were the one, if you knew it, like if you could say all 15 minutes of
I
that
know.
damn song, like,
But Curtis
Almost
Blow,
your first
but
rap battle, actually.
yes, that was it.
yeah,
You don't
Curtis
know it.
Blow,
Yes, I
Curtis,
do, mother.
but yeah, these are the breaks. Just got me. I asked my mom to buy the record, and at the time, you had mentioned you had a Fisher Price earlier.
That
I
was
had like
my
the
grandmother gave me.
blue
Yeah.
Fisher Price
Oh,
record
you had the
player.
blue one. I had the
No,
brown one with like
yeah,
the brown and cream jump off.
yeah. But that was the first record that I played on, aside from some Star Wars soundtracks that I had. That was my first vinyl that I ever had was These Are the Breaks, and I wore that thing
Mm.
out. So yeah, that was my earliest memory. Of when I was like, I love this. This is just, I love this music, and it was new, it was fresh. It was like, you know, just a new world as far as music. Then, like, in school, in grade school, uh, let's see, it's so far back, man. I think I don't remember what came out first, but it was either LL's "I Need a Beat" or the whole Roxanne, that whole episode
Oh yeah.
with
Hmm.
UTFO. We used to listen to that in the mornings on the cassette players that they had in the back of the classroom. We'd all meet up in the back and we listened to the
Was it the ones
Roxanne.
with the plastic tubes, like the fake headphones with the plastic tube type thing, or
Yeah, I think it
was it
was.
one of
Yeah,
that?
the
I
big
remember those.
clunky one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we would listen to that, and man, I remember hearing "I Need a Beat" for the first time. LL's "I Need a Beat." And I was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life."
Hmm.
But yeah, and then I would say when I was fully immersed is realizing there was radio shows I could listen to.
Mm.
And being from that greater NYC area, I was in Connecticut, but I'm in that area where it's considered like junior Connecticut. And we got all the New York radio stations.
Oh,
I got WBLS was the clearest for me.
Mm.
But like I also got 98.7 Kiss, but just not as good. But I used to add like aluminum foil to my
I was
antenna.
about to say he was
Try
as
and get
you
a better
my
reception.
bootlegging it.
All
I had
that.
a basement bedroom, so I put it up in that basement window, and a little tiny basement window with the antennas with some aluminum foil, and I listened to Rap Attack and Master Mix, Red Alert,
Yes,
and that's
sir.
wow, some amazing stuff came out of those speakers. The first time I heard my melody,
Hmm.
Rakim, was
Oh, yes,
was on
yes.
that
Check out
on
my
that little
melody.
boombox.
Were you
With
able to record any of the shows
Yes,
while they were?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I would have that tape ready.
Do you
A
still
lot of
have any of
times,
them?
no, I wish I did. But a lot
Crazy.
of times, like you're waiting for that song, and you'll catch it a little late. But the thing is, they would repeat that the beat, the introduction to the song like 100 times, so
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
get plenty of it. But yeah, when Rakim's my melody, Eric being Rakim at the time, my melody that was like the game changer. Like that just opened up a whole new avenue of hip hop, and
Hmm.
man, I mean, it was just
That
crazy
flow.
stuff coming
That
out of my
flow,
speakers.
yeah.
Uh,
Woo!
Shout out to Mr. Magic, rest in peace.
Rest in
Red
Yes.
peace.
Alert, still with us, God
Yes.
willing. I
Good
mean,
dude. Red Alert's a good dude,
my
Very
life
man.
wouldn't be the
cool
same
dude.
without them.
Yeah. And it's crazy that you was getting those. Had some connections where I would get the tapes. Like somebody would tape them, send them our way. So I was like the dude in Cincinnati that could play those tapes, and just like
Yeah,
man. And I even went into shortwave radios trying to pick up those
trying
stations.
to get them.
So we
Yeah,
had one in Dayton that somebody they was playing some fresh mixes. Other than that, that's all we was getting here in Cincinnati if we didn't have those tapes. But you was listening to a live mecca of
yeah.
those early hip
Some
hop, man.
some of
That's
my
beautiful.
recordings were real staticky. Unless Pops wasn't home, I would sneak up on his
On the good shit.
realistic, yeah, his realistic receiver and
Yeah.
record up there. But the worst was when you had a good song playing and the tape stopped. You had to flip it over
Oh,
and
Oh
change
yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of it. But yeah, those
yep.
are the memories that really made me. You know what I mean? And just you know, really developed my passion for the culture. I started
Took me down the
popping.
road, bro. I got me nostalgic, man. Well, my early hip hop. Shit.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Great memories.
and coming from Cincinnati, and the radio station that B Boys Underground started on, it had a hip hop DJ. It was Chester T, and
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy, right? And uh, you it was a underground or public radio station, public access, and it was in the dungeon of this castle like old hotel that they converted into uh what was the thing in New
Let's just
Jack
say
City
public
called?
housing. Let's just
What
say
what
public
did they
housing.
but the biggest thing
The
is
Carter or
the
not the
Carter,
Carter,
right? Yeah.
the
Like it's like the Carter, right? Uh but you had to, if you weren't, it had a very short reach. So, and the signal was all low. So, I would have like an antenna sticking out of my window and like to the side. I lived on a third floor apartment
Uh,
building. So I had like this antenna out the window and like up in the air. I had the screen popped out and everything trying to catch
you threw it over the
radio
grappling
show.
hook.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Grab
to keep,
grappling hook.
yeah,
And
man.
clouds was not your friend. You needed a clear sky to get that signal.
Yes. Nah, all of that. But those were the days as far as that goes. And now we're blessed enough with the internet and technology to be able to just stream and be anywhere and see anything as much. Just think about if you had the ability to have the access to anything that you and everything that you wanted to know about as a kid back then, or hear or listen in the blink of an eye and in your hand. Like instead of saying why as a kid and wondering why, you just and it
I
answers.
I think the process makes us appreciate it more. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't give up that era of growing up and that
No
process.
way.
I mean, it just made you want more of it. You know, if it's all there right there, I think you still like it and appreciate it. But I don't know, it's like digging for it, searching for it, waiting for it was, that gave it a
Oh,
whole different urgency to it.
yeah. The anticipation levels back
Yes.
then was so much bigger,
Yeah.
and once you had a physical product, you cherished it more too. Like
Yes.
having something with liner notes, like you would just
Yep.
sit there and read the whole liner notes
You stare
over
at
and
it
over.
the whole time while you're
You
listening
hear
to it.
me? Yeah, you're like, who worked on this? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Then you start making connections, like, oh, Dante Ross, he did the other. Okay.
Right. You
Oh,
compare
he's
them
in there.
liner notes to that
Yeah.
one, and you find out their real names. Oh, so it's E. Bartloo, and
Yeah.
he's not just MC Boogalot.
Yeah. And you start looking at, other records that you have and the labels and all of that. But I'll tell you something that for me, uh, that I miss is the fact that you consumed the product as a whole for the most part and in the intended flow and order that, it was programmed at, right?
Right.
And for that, there were artists that had an art form to it, just like the gentleman that we had on last week. Fresh, help me out.
Oh, the IQ.
Yes, brother
Shout out.
IQ, absolutely. And we talked about had a long conversation about how the art of sequencing is such a lost art because of
Album sequencing.
yeah, album
Yeah,
sequencing,
yeah, yeah, for
and
sure.
actually putting a beginning, middle, end, and it taking you on a journey, and it makes you want to repeat it over again, just like watch a movie over again or read a
Right.
book over.
Yeah, those
And I feel like
days.
that's lost on this era.
I believe so. I believe they might be lost forever unless
We go
we
back to
figure we
physicals.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost don't want to make a full length anymore. Like I've been putting out just singles this past year. Like everything's just been a single, and I figure just give my all to each single, and then at the end just put it together as a package. If somebody wants to buy a physical copy, then they'll be available. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth putting that effort forward first now, unless you're already you have those you have that fan base that is expecting that from you. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, there's the anticipation, and Jay Tillery said that's what
Yeah.
De
Shout
La
out
did
to him.
for. Yeah,
For
shout out to
real.
Jay. Salute to you, and
Yeah, putting
again,
that
UV, what
sequence
up?
together.
everybody out here. Much love. Um, so yeah,
Repeat.
so going from you are, you know, got the tinfoil on the antenna. What was the next steps like? Like how did you? But how did you find that? Were you the only person, or did you find like your group of friends and your people like that actually like
Like
listen to it and
like-minded, like-minded
like-minded
comrades.
Oh,
folks? Yeah,
yeah. I was surrounded by like-minded folks.
yeah.
From a lower income neighborhood, and you know, we always would roll in crews. And when hip hop really started taking off, we just became popping crews, thinking we could break dance crews. You know what I mean? Uh, beatbox crews. We just whoever I was with,
Hmm.
we always try to do a little something with music, even if it wasn't serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just a part of our lives, part of our culture at the time. But yeah, I was basically surrounded by that. It wasn't until I got to like junior high, high school where I met people that didn't even really know what rap was at the time, like barely
Yeah.
knew, just what was commercially out there. But
Okay.
which was a bit of a culture shock because you think everybody knows what you know because it's out there, and but no, at that time, hip hop still it was a microcosm of you know New York City basically, and it was a really small demographic. But you
Okay.
don't know that being from that area, you think, oh, I love it. Everybody
Everybody,
heard it, and
everybody
everybody
into it.
must love
Yeah.
it.
Right.
But now, it's a different story.
Gotcha.
I like that thinking we can break crew. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
dope until y'all run up against a real crew like, oh, we ain't shit.
yeah. Right.
We got the
You
heart
figure it out
though.
real quick.
Shit, I remember when I was like, got, it's like I'm getting some cardboard. I'm gonna learn how to do this shit, and that's when I figured out like, nah, you know what? Dance
What
is
else
not
is
gonna
there in
not
hip hop?
dance is not gonna be your thing, young man. Like, but I was like, always wanted to be the DJ anyway. But let's see if I could like, no, mm-mm. I'm a lineman. I'm an offensive lineman. I run through shit. Defensive lineman too. So
I figured out I could coordinate too because I remember telling people
yeah,
that in a group we had formed that like, hey, why don't you do the promotions for us? Your voice on the mic is not, you
yeah.
had to break it gently to him. Like, man, I like you got a great enthusiasm, but you sound like a frog rapping. So, like, there's other things you can do in this hip hop,
Russell Simmons.
and that's a true story. You can ask Dibs about that. It's a true story.
You said Russell
Yeah.
Simmons?
No,
No,
no, I
I
Yeah,
didn't.
didn't.
No,
no, I
no.
did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
Uh,
said
Why'd you
Russell.
say that?
Cause he was there's so I used to spend a lot of time in Chungking Studios
No
in late
kidding.
'90s, early 2000s. I was
How
like
did
a
that
fly on the
evolve?
wall. So one of my boys was an engineer there.
Okay.
Shout out to Mike Roach. He actually worked on
Salute.
Wyclef's The Carnival, and
Oh
so
God.
so
And what
yeah, I
else?
saw so he worked on like Joni Mitchell's album
Okay.
and I can't think everything he's worked on, but he worked on a few projects.
Wow.
My boy Storm Jefferson actually was part of Lauryn Hill's project that won the Grammy. You know,
Wow. The
yeah,
miseducation that
yeah, she did
damn.
a lot of that in Chungking. Actually, funny story. What was the song called? That thing.
Yeah, that thing was the first single off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were actually in the studio room. I think it was the Red Room
Okay.
with the beat on on the board, and we played it without. This is before the vocals got laid down, and we just because we would go in there after hours and work. We get like an empty room and try to make beats and stuff. But he let us in that room to hear the beat, and that shit was crazy. And my boy Andy grabbed a bass and just started playing to it. It didn't have a bass line at the time, or it was muted. I don't know what it was, but he just started playing a bass to it, and we started freestyling to it. Didn't really know what it was about to be, which turned out to be, the song that really made the album.
Mm, nice, nice.
But I was saying Russell Simmons because Roach told me a story that he had a habit of going around to the artists he was working with, and he'll stick his head in the door and listen to what they're working on. If he didn't like it, he'll just be like, "That's not a hit," and then he'll just leave because he was just like, he wanted them working on hits, and that's it. And he'll let them know straight up, it's not a hit. Try something else.
So
He was
he
that
pop his
cold
head
blooded.
and go, he a gong show him. Like, nah, bro, nah.
What? Well, so as an artist, because you wear all the hats and have worn all the hats, throughout, your career, which is amazing, and salute to you and nothing but respect to you because of that. And salute to Midget Mike in the house. But
Peace.
the how would you take that? as an artist, or even
Uh,
as the producer, the person, like anybody in the room working on it,
if,
like had been
if it was Russell, I mean that those three words, it's not a hit with that four words. That means a lot
coming
if it's
from
coming from
Russell.
Russell Simmons. So that's a different story as opposed to if it was just somebody, one of my boys. You know what I mean? I would take it into consideration, of course, but I'd also look for direction from them, advice. Like if you're gonna tell somebody it's not hitting well, what do you suggest?
Constructive. Yeah.
Yeah, be constructive about
The dude might be like, not that.
I always hated
anything.
like
You
hater.
figured out.
The thing is, you can't. At least my experience, a lot of your boys will not tell you if it's whack,
You're absolutely 100
even though they
a
know they should.
thousand. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing that I hate. Like if it's whack, say it's whack. Like
So
just say your word. Say
if you
be comfortable.
if you have one of those people in your crew or a friend, keep them. They are valuable as hell. Somebody that tells you it's whack, and you already know what they're into and what they expect from the music. Those people are more valuable than all those yes men or those people that are
Absolutely.
just afraid to tell you that something's
Even if
not
they
it.
can tell you it needs to be better, I mean, they ain't got to be like,
Right.
oh, yeah. I mean, just somebody, and I made sure I surrounded my people with like that I valued their opinion and give it to me raw. I like it raw. Give it to me raw. Don't blow smoke up my ass, and then I'll take it to somewhere else and
Yes.
get on stage with that shit and like,
And
damn,
people
that's
would be
whack.
looking at you like, it's
Your
like,
boy,
what the
your
fuck?
boys told you was dope, didn't they? So
Yeah,
that's a good point to people. Like surround your people that's going to actually give some criticism, constructive
Yeah.
on you know.
not everybody's a hater.
No, a lot of time those people they really care about you. So I mean, they just
Yeah.
rough around the edges, but
Or,
sometimes you need to hear it.
and
Mhm.
also, it just might be, you really need to have the ear of someone that doesn't even know who the hell you are, right? And you bounce it off of them, and that's an honest,
That's helpful too.
yeah. And if they're like, yeah, I'm like, all right, I already know. All right, what don't you like you said, can you tell me what you didn't like?
Yeah, give me some details on it.
I love
That's the
that though.
constructive.
That was how my teacher taught me how to listen to music, as far as if he like he was if I was like, man, that's whack or something like that. His whole thing was, when we were listening to stuff and breaking stuff down, it was like, you've got to have the reason why, and it's got to be three reasons why. You've got to know exactly why, and be able to spot like what you would do something to change it to make it better, right? To actually, so you have to be paying attention to the song and not just dismiss it, and also try to find something that you do like about it, which
Hmm.
changes things too. Like, if you think about it and you're like, it sucks, but that part right there, or that thing right, that is, that works. So I mean,
I
I
would challenge that teacher too, because I mean, and you know about going through all the records in the record pool and for the
yeah.
radio. It's a couple you run across
Well, I mean, it's obvious. No, 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 no,
that
no.
ain't
Like, it
that
wasn't for
ain't shit
everyone.
in
It
there.
it wasn't for everyone. I mean, if it came out, you. I'm sorry, I didn't say anything. I mean, like, anything. Like, it came out sounding crazy.
We should
It.
start doing a segment, worst hip hop song you've ever heard in your life. Let
Yeah,
it
I want to know that.
That'd
Dirty
be dope.
Dutch, you've heard, so, because you've
Uh,
also, like, we'll take a part. We're gonna stick a fork in the journey because we've been all over. But one of the things that I've always found interesting, and as you know, I was doing my research, and you have multiple titles, and one of the titles that you have the gatekeeper, the curator, the creator, you know, and with everything that you've done, and we haven't even had a chance to talk about it yet, and maybe give us a synopsis of like a quick rundown and we can get into some of the meat and potatoes of it, of everything that you've done, because I mean, just the podcast alone and the curation part of your journey, not to say least the artistry of your journey. I mean, you have, and I don't blow gas on everyone, and I'm not trying to gas you up. I mean, like, mad respect to everything that you have accomplished over the years, and you have put that hustle in and that grind in. And like, if there's anyone that deserves like their flowers in regards to keeping the culture alive and actually, creating and fostering environments where people can flourish and breed and grow, uh, what you've done, and also the quality of the work that you do in regards to your artistry. I have nothing but respect for you, family. And with that, I gotta say, of course,
Man,
salute to you, sir.
thank you,
So
bro. That
please
means a
tell
lot.
please tell us, give the folks, the one person in the room that doesn't know who the hell you are, let them know who the fuck you are. Say it with your chest.
Who am I? Man, I'm just a guy that is immersed in the culture. Hip hop is my life. It's like that Chipotle mean. Oh my God, I love hip hop, man. It's really all I think about outside of my family. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of other things in my life, to make money. Of course, that is necessary, but yeah, it's just hip hop is just me. Uh, I really just want to make good music at this point and get it out there. Whoever hears it, great. And the more the merrier. But I spent a lot of time producing for other heads for the majority of my time, in the sphere. But as of late, I've been doing more, MC work, laying verses down. I got a project coming out with Stolen Nova pretty soon called the East Indies Project. And we got a new single actually coming out this Friday.
Let's go.
And yeah, so
Are we allowed to play it or no?
yeah, you're more than welcome to play it. It's not released until Friday, so
Well, that's the problem though. If we play it, it's released because it'll be able to be played on B Boys
Exclusive right here on
exclusive until
People's
Friday.
Underground.
Yeah,
He is letting
if
us
that's
do the
are you
exclusive.
is
exclusive.
that the green light?
Yeah, all
Oh
day.
shit!
Word up.
I'm gonna While we talk, I'm gonna get that set up. So tell
Yeah.
us about that
Got it.
project and how that came about. Like why we get that set up.
So, a Stolen Nova, he was formerly JK1 the Supernova, and we go way back. He was a part of my crew. We were known as Anfarm affiliates, and he was actually part of another crew inside Anfarm affiliates called Phonetics. They were part of the Raucous 50, if you remember that,
Mm-hmm.
about man, like a decade ago. And so we've been working together on stuff for a long time. I engineered a bunch of his projects, and we just decided let's collab on a project, just me and you, back and forth. Because he produces, I produce. He rhymes, I rhyme. So that's basically how it came together. He's in Tampa, and I'm just a couple hours away. So it makes it convenient to get up and actually collab in the flesh. And yeah, we're about 5 joints in. Probably gonna make it a 8 to 10 track release.
Okay.
But we're gonna do single, just like I was saying earlier. We're gonna just put out singles until it's time to put together like a physical product, press up a few vinyl, and then put out that physical afterwards.
That's dope. I'm sorry. I'm getting everything set up in the background fresh. Like if you can.
No, you good. You good. So, yeah, while he's getting that together, and some of the little more like some of the background of well, actually, this is one thing I always ask is hearing from the early your early start with hip hop, getting falling in love with it. When was the first time you put that pen to the pad to come up with your first creation?
Oh
How?
wow, yeah. Um, it was I believe it was 91 to be exact. Three of my boys had a crew called Three Brothers Grimm, and but only two of them were rhyming, and one was a DJ. Shout out to UVJT, rest in peace, my man Stro, and my man C Reed, who was the DJ,
Rest in peace.
and they were putting together songs, and they'd be working on it, in the basement, and I would just start writing stuff because I wanted to be down so bad. And so, I wrote a few verses and I spit them to them, and they were like, "Yo, you're dope as hell." They were like, just do some songs with us, and they made me part of the crew. And it was three
Okay.
BGs, what we call ourselves, and that's really where the MC part really started. Um, yeah, and yeah, I just kept writing ever since. But I didn't record a lot of stuff of myself. I was more into like making beats for other people who I thought were doper than I was. Um, but you could hear me here and there on certain projects, like on the Troublemakers album with Breeze. I'm featured in like three of the tracks where I get a verse on each. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's where it started back in the '90s, bro. So it feels like an eternity has gone by since.
And with that going, I mean, knowing you, with production and everything, how do you look back at the progression? How do you look back at the landscape? And what's the feeling you get from looking back from then to now?
Production wise,
Just, I mean, MC wise, production wise,
oh,
just the whole
um,
process.
well, as time goes on, you definitely get more influences because you listen to a lot more music,
Hmm.
and anyone says that says they're not influenced by what they listen to is lying straight up and down. Like, you
Word.
hear more producers, you hear more different takes
Ideas,
on
yeah.
samples, and that's part of your education, and I think. Um, I'm right. My work right now is a culmination of everything I've listened to, worked on, and and it's you know you don't want to we used to call it biting. You don't want to bite anybody's style. You want to avoid that even now, even though not everybody does that.
Hmm.
But I like to, even if I'm going to use a sample I've heard before, I definitely want to be unique with it and just have a
Different
different
pieces,
take,
yeah. Hmm.
flip it a different way.
Absolutely. Like you hit that dead on the head where you can't be oblivious to it. You're gonna hear something that sparks you, motivates you, and you don't want to bite it. You were like, yeah, like I want something similar to that. I always used to look at it as competition. If I heard another producer or somebody do a song or a beat, I would go home like, damn, that was my competition for the night. I got to do
Yeah,
something as hot or hotter than I'm trying to trump that. That
right.
that gave me some feelings because it was dope.
Yeah, yeah, and that kind of healthy competition definitely adds to your creative process.
Hmm. And that's one of the mantras of hip hop, original hip hop. Is to build the culture. Take it to another place,
Yeah.
advance it. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I've got everything set up, I believe, and ready to go. Give me one second here. And we getting ready to listen to Freak Show, right?
Yes, this is Freak Show featuring a Stolen Nova on the second verse, produced by me.
All right. Dirty Dutch on the beat and on the track. B-Boys
Gotcha.
Underground exclusive freak show.
Exclusive. Give me 1 second. We got this up. And let me do this before.
Digging the artwork.
Artwork by my man Robin Westberg in Vietnam.
Salute.
Did the last few of our covers.
That's dope. Can people follow him and see some of his other work?
Yes. He posts all his stuff on Instagram. It's all hand painted stuff, and he does a lot of rappers like artwork and stuff.
Mhm.
People he listens to like Fly God is one of his biggest. You'll see a lot of Fly God stuff on his Instagram. He's dope. He's dope as hell. You got to check out his stuff. I can send you the link.
Dope.
Yeah, send him our way
Absolutely.
too. We'll get him on the show as well.
Absolutely. So check this out, man. It's ready to go. Freak Show. Let's get it. Let me make sure actually it's turned up too. Because we're live, y'all. And I just built a scene in OBS live, just like that, because we wasn't prepared to do
Nah,
this.
this is dope. Appreciate it.
Oh no, this is dope that you're blessing us with this, man. We couldn't be anytime that anybody blesses us with any type of
Yeah, I
exclusive,
heard it
man.
here first. We love it.
Yes. All right, so here we go, y'all. Dirty Dutch Freak Show.
It's a freak show. Welcome to the freak show. It's a motherfucking freak show. Welcome to the freak show. There's a party going down and you're not invited. Full of harpies and clowns, the only ones united. Control the levers in the west, almost all the rest. Feed the demon your soul and you might be a guest. Come join us at the grand feast, where the lamb chops drop into the belly of the beast, and the dagger of sacrifice is stuck into the cutting board. May it suffice your appetite, my lord. The meek are also moralist men who gain power through deception as a means to the end. Witness how they defend the system more guilty than sin, and move to destroy us from within. The certain that the pawns partake, like in the past Civil War chest of the cattle class to this little left. If they hit me with a ticket on some VIP shit, I'm saying oh no thanks, already seen it. It's a freak show. Welcome to the freak show. It's a motherfucking freak show. Welcome to the freak show. Man, it sure is. And it goes a little something like equal footing to save your fucking life. Bearded broads a walk in the park compared to sudden strikes. Actions say everything, words don't even have to. Look into the eyes of a bigot and body snatch. These protestants ineffective against pseudo-patriots and devils they've selected. Running the gamut of deep deception with senses rendered senseless. Living in the upside down, we're disconnected. Self-inflicted, we allowed it. Didn't get ahead of this space and now it's crowded. A two-party system of clowns often childish. Bred for the small hats and brought, let's talk about it. All of this crime shit over Zionists. Eyeing the biggest heist yet. Barnum and Bailey is small time to this giant shit. Just another goyim, hell-bent to annoy you. Ringmasters captured and tortured for enjoyment. It's a freak show. Welcome to the freak show. It's a motherfucking freak show. Welcome to the freak show.
and I didn't even realize that that was still on the screen. Damn it! All right, so now here we go. Like, cause this damn, I'm learning a brand new platform. This is week 3, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, like, check this out, man. When you were telling your story about something, he said he had me fucked up because he said, "Where'd the sound go?" Right? And then you guys hit me with where the sound go, but he, like, I'm sitting here scrambling while you're telling your story, and as I hit him with the middle finger while you're talking. I was like, oh, I hope he didn't
Oh,
think
that's
I
what that
was.
was.
Yeah, I was. See, exactly. He thought I was flipping you off. Not so. I was flipping Midget Mike off. So Midget Mike, you get the middle finger.
Shout out to Mr.
He
Mike.
already know.
Hey, look,
Yes, he keeps
we
it
get
fun
crazy.
with us.
Like this is live, and that's what we appreciate. Everybody that pulls up live and offers up, and much love to each and every single one of y'all, man. But I like that. That's dope. And who made the beat again?
That was me on the beat,
Yeah,
me on the first verse, Stolen Over on the second.
yeah. Like, it's smooth, man. I like that. I'm gonna
It
actually.
complemented each other on the verses too, and it fit well with the beat. Nice punch to it.
Thank you,
Nice
thank you.
boom bap shit.
I have to DJ 2 sets tomorrow, and I'll be playing it tomorrow too on one of my
Slide it
sets.
in.
Yeah, that I'm allowed to. I can't play it on one of the other ones because it's throwbacks, but we can play
Oh,
that one, the other one. Man, uh, so moving kind of like even backwards, like what you were talking about. Let's get into like IndieFeed too, man.
yeah.
Like,
Indie
how did that
feed.
happen? Like, and how did you how did how did all of that become what it how did it start and how did it become what it became, man?
So it started as just an RSS feed. If you remember, like the RSS
Oh,
feed you can have on your Google
absolutely.
homepage,
Yeah.
and this guy Chris reached out to me um, and wanted to know if I want to man a hip hop channel because he was already doing indie rock, electronica, and an indie blues channel. He's like, I need somebody to do hip hop. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. Let me try it. You know what I mean? I just had my first child, my son, so I was home at the time, and I got a little setup. This was 2000, beginning of 2005, end of
Okay.
2004, and yeah, I had never recorded any kind of broadcast like that. I had done like radio stuff here and there, but yeah. So it was an RSS feed. This is before iPhones was even invented, and if you it eventually got onto iTunes, and if you didn't have an iPod or you didn't listen to it on your PC, then you didn't know what it was. But then I heard cats were listening to it on a Sony PSP, PlayStation Portables. You could get podcasts on that too,
Yes.
and yeah, I started realizing a lot of people were listening to it. And at first, I wasn't seeing the stats and stuff like that. And then
Uh
he put me on to all the numbers, and we were doing numbers like each song was doing 30,000 downloads. I was like, what? And so yeah, I started hearing from people about the podcast. You know what I mean? It was like I was getting a lot of love. iTunes ended up making it the best. It was twice on the best of iTunes list. Their
that's
annual best of
huge.
iTunes
That
list.
best
Um,
podcast on iTunes twice,
yeah,
man.
the
But
media started picking it up, like Mashable and those type of publications.
your
And
Nielsen numbers over 25 million Nielsen impressions, right?
yeah, and that's an old number. That's from like 2011. So
So what is
it's
it now?
well, right now it's in syndication. There's no new content, but
Yeah.
I would have to look and see
Oh,
where
so
it's at now.
I didn't know if you actually knew that, like you were up on the metrics now for it. How
I
would
still
it
have
been?
access to them, but I haven't checked in a while. The network as a whole did 100 million in like 2012. Like that was like a big achievement. Everybody like
Yeah.
was celebrating. The little crew we have. We did 100
Mhm.
million total, But yeah, it's still up there for people to get on iTunes. But yeah, it was big because I started meeting a lot of people, like people that were listening to the show. Breeze Overflowing was one of them. And he was like, "Yo, I love the show." Of course, he had music, and I was like, "Send me some music to play," and we just built a relationship from that beginning. Arjun, like I said, who did that video that you played in the beginning, was a fan of IndieFeed. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was a blessing. We got sponsorships. We were actually in all the Guitar Center's intercoms for a while. We got a contract with them. They were only playing our podcast network in their
Yo,
Guitar Center retail stores. Yeah,
that's
so
sick.
yeah, it was doing good for a while.
I mean, like
Um,
that's a huge, huge, huge achievement, bro. Like,
yeah,
salute to you.
and I couldn't have, it couldn't have done those numbers without the artists at the time. This is the time when it's like the hip hop blogosphere was blossoming. You know, like SK with
Yeah,
NotRight.com,
yeah.
Oh Word, Two Dope Boys. That was the time, and I was in like forums with them. We had like little content creator forums that we would be in together,
Hmm.
and we would bounce stuff off each other. But they were all bloggers. I was the only podcaster in the whole thing. But a lot of people
Early
didn't even
on.
know what
Yeah.
a podcast was. But
Right, right.
yeah, so it was actually I think I reached a completely different audience than I expected to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm,
Because not everybody had an iPod at the time. But if you
no,
did, you probably knew what IndieFeed was.
mm-hmm.
But yeah,
absolutely.
the artists, that time period, artists were just giving their stuff away. Remember, like people were just putting their albums out for free,
Yeah.
because nobody was making money. That was right after like
Napster.
Napster and LimeWire and all that, and nobody knew how to monetize.
That's when Boogie
So
said, get a corporate job. Like when
yeah,
all of that stuff started
exactly.
happening and all of that, I was like, all right, it's time to really buckle down because they done messed this up for real,
Yeah.
for real. Like,
But to my benefit, there was a lot of free music available to play. Of course, I got permission from the labels. I reached out directly to like Duck Down, Rhyme Sayers, Stone's Throw,
nice.
made sure I had a signature that said I was allowed to play their stuff. But there was also something called IOTA at the time, was the Independent Online Distribution Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of artists flocked to that because it was the only way to get, well, it was the easiest and one of the only ways to get your music published online and get it into like iTunes and eMusic. You
Mm-hmm.
remember eMusic and those retailers. So and Spotify came later, of course. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because they had that rule on how to get your music published and how much
Yes.
music you had. I mean, which was like it sounded like some old
exactly.
grandfather type trick shit. That
Yeah,
fifth, yes, we do. Oh, and while we doing that, because I was sitting there, you said we keep talking about Breeze Overflowing. We gotta get him on the show. I said, I
Yes.
know I got a
yeah, for sure.
sticker
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna move my camera here real quick.
Uh-oh.
Follow me, follow me, follow me. It's the corner shots here. Let's see. Hold on. There you go. Wait a minute. Wrong way, wrong way. Pop.
There you go.
Okay, that's the old
Yeah.
joint from
So,
Detonator Records, right?
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I got a bunch of releases. You can't see all of them, but I worked on several albums with Breeze. Um,
Hold on, I can make it. I go
it's
ahead
my
and I
new
can make you full
MacBook
screen.
Neo.
There you go.
But this is the Troublemakers album right here. This is the original we worked on. We collabed on. Then over here is this is Deep Breeze, Deep from Two Hungry Bros. I executive produced that and I'm featured on that. Way up there is this was his final, what was supposed to be his final full length. As he goes on, which it was just dope album. If you haven't heard
Man,
this, you need to check this. Every track is crazy, and there's a lot of features on here. And that's actually I produced a lot on there, and I have a few features where I rhyme. But
that's really dope, man. Like,
I want to
Yeah.
say he recently came here. I think I didn't get to make the show, but I think he recently came here not too long ago, last year sometime.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's
I
been
think
doing a lot
so.
of stuff with Deep of Two Hungry Bros. They have a few albums out. They just been working together the last 5 years or so. They put out like 3 albums.
Okay. Dope, dope, dope.
yeah, man. Like, Midget Mike, I'm gonna time your ass out. You ain't here trolling, man.
Let him go. Let him.
He's
Actually,
over,
no,
he's
I ain't
he's
gonna say
thinking he's getting away with some shit on April Fool's Day and showing out and stuff like that. I'm about to time you out, fam. uh, listen, man. I want to get into your current project as well. What you just, I mean, let's start off first with the Sadat X joint. Like, how did that come together? And like, first, did you were you able to do the House of Blues?
That joint, that joint was basically done, and I didn't have a chorus for it. And I had always wanted to work with Sadat. I did a show with him a few years back. It was like at a church in like Hartford with who else was there? Like Sketch Cataclysm, Mass Pike
Okay.
Mass
was
Pike.
another one artist. So we met there, and I just reached out to him directly because I heard him on the track, and he's one of my favorite MCs of all time. And I was like, I'm coming of age where I'm going to try and work with who I can work with. Some of my favorites if possible. So I reached out to him directly, and he was down. Got it back to me in like a couple days, and that's how that came together.
Mm, okay. I always love
Very
that.
dope. I got you. So that is currently on all streaming platforms as well. Like, when you put that together, you know, was there anything that you could add to the story in regards to the song itself to give some people, because we can play that song
Yeah, the
for
story,
the folks.
the song is actually like a timeline of my life in two different periods of my life. Um, First on my like come up, and then where I was kind of like doing okay, without having a 9 to 5, and
Hmm.
so really it's just if you listen, it almost sounds like it's the same verse because I did my cadence is exactly the same, but it's two completely different stories. And it's just like just a timeline of two certain time periods of my life.
That's dope, man.
Okay.
Let me see here. We're gonna play it on Spotify. We'll play it on YouTube because this way and it'll be sounding better. All right, y'all. We're getting ready to listen to House of Blues with Dirty Dutch and Sadat X, man. Sadat X has got one of the most iconic voices in hip hop and
Yeah,
also one of the illest MCs. Brand Nubian was like and has always been one of my favorite hip hop bands of all time, man. From everything, like
absolutely.
and Sadat, and even when he like when he came out like in one of those magical years in '96 with his solo album, and at that time that was the same time AT Aliens it came out. That's the same time the score came out. Nas,
Yeah,
came out like it that everybody was hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting, and like he had such an iconic album and everything like that too. So mad respect and love to the one and only Sadat X,
yeah.
yo.
Shout out to Doc.
Um, give me 1 second.
Feeling cool and laid back, mellow. Bring some heat, bring some heat. We used to flip the Mexican bricks, guaranteed to lose at least 2 ounces from seeds and sticks. Blackjack bumping jazzmatazz while we're backing up. Broads with bandanas, only mugs cause they didn't puff. The attic was a hot box of bad habits. We break the bread and go make the daily cabbage. I never seen to be paid, but still I made a living. Avoided babies at AIDS, but later filled the women. King Gallivant, hailing from a dark haven. Called the pearl of the east, send a raven. Fireball head is like a bad motherfucker. Trust, down and out, now dining on the upper crust. My lineage is gang before you even had a rap name. Young and still have some change from it, still had to change from it. Cause win or lose, no doubt, the greenhouse can turn into a house of blues.
Everything we flip is gold. Life's about playing a role. You get stuck in a hole, that's you. That's not what we do. We moving. Everything is proven. We work and play even harder. If you ain't a starter, you can't play on this team. The American dream. I laugh, you do the math. We living in a bloodbath.
We used to move to Arizona mids. Proved to be a frugal hit with most of the kids. Mobile operation, PlayStation in a tinted Jeep. Bumping diplomats, shitty raps to the illest beats. The cabin was a hot box of hash and average. Profit day, cop the haze, coke and captain. And now I seemed to be paid the way that I was living. Popped the band of Sam Ash and now I had equipment. Baking up the bangers with the neighborhood fam. Firstborn Lord K, Chico and the man Manuel. When my brother Stro got killed by the shit that job lodged in his brain, it was real. The grill, tossing red sand on his grave was surreal. In the bush burning for days in his will. For me, he only had this to say: what we built, never choose to use it as a house of blues. Move the music.
Everything we flip is gold. Life's about playing a role. You get stuck in a hole, that's you. That's not what we do. We moving. Everything is proven. We work and play even harder. If you ain't a starter, you can't play on this team. The American dream. I laugh, you do the math. We living in a bloodbath.
Shout out to the day ones. Don Knotts, Shelly Shell, Bigger Dog, Big H, the Twins, UV, C. Reed, HallDigSki.com, the original DOGs, Smaga, Roach, Get Nice, Crime Pro, Stone, Like Shit, can't forget the AFA, HDP, peace.
Yeah, that's tight work.
Thank
Yeah,
you, thank you.
man. Salute. And my apologies, y'all. We're having technical difficulties because this software is tripping. I don't know why, because I have no idea why it's tripping. My
Oh, I thought it was
apologies.
just me bouncing.
Nah, man. This is actually the very first. This is the most solid and most robust software that you can pretty much get out there right now, and it's I don't know. It's going through some April Fool's jokes. It's got jokes tonight because it's definitely. I had, regardless, the show must go on. I do apologize to you, my guest, my friend, because and of course, all you
It's all
guys
good.
out there. If anything, you guys had any glitches, we are live. As I said, we're live, uncut and raw, and things do happen, right? And look, we're human.
Show
But
must go on.
it always goes on. It's live. The show always goes on, man. I love that song. And then, we're getting ready to set up into basically the most recent one, Toca La Grama. Tell us about how you worked up, because like the one you linked up with Homeboy Sandman back in like 2024, right? Was when you guys first connected, correct?
Um,
Or was it
um,
earlier?
we worked on something for Breeze's album called The Best. It was like a collab with a lot of different artists, and that was the first time I worked with Homeboy Sandman. But we go back from like the days I was talking about, like phonetics and all that. Like we did shows
Got you.
together and whatnot. So yeah, we've been cool for a long time. We just finally collabed. I actually would send him a lot of beats, and he's finicky, but to his credit, because he makes all he makes is dope shit. And he heard that one and was like, "This is it. I need this one."
Hmm.
This is a Do It Right, the one you're talking about from 2024. And he put that out as a single, did really well. And then this song Toca La Grama was it was just me at first, and then he heard it and was like, "Let me jump on that." So I put him in the middle, and he flipped it. I mean, he made it, what it is right now, which is dope as hell.
Word,
Hell
word.
yeah, man. So we're gonna get into playing Toca La
And
Grama. Is there anything else that you could tell us about the song to add some flavor to it?
Moka Only on the beat, by the way, it's one of the
Yes.
members.
So how did you, because you normally have been producing a majority of your stuff, and what was it like to get Mocha on there?
It was amazing. Mocha actually sent me a bunch of beats a little while back, and I selected a few of them to use, and this is one of them. I'm still working on the other. I think I got three of them that I'm going to use for sure. But yeah, I want to mix it up. Like the song with Sadat, that's a Stolen Nova production on that. But yeah, sometimes I just hear other people's beats and I get inspired more than my own. And
Hmm. Yeah, we was talking
so
about that earlier. Yeah.
yeah, so definitely this one was crazy when I heard it. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the first one for sure.
Dope. I am getting everything. Continue. Just give me 1 second, fam.
And while he does that, bucket list. So any artists that you would love to produce for that you got on your list?
To produce for, man, see, I'm kind of like at the point where, I'm not sending a lot of beats out. I'm kind of keeping it tight. But bucket list, man, Pharaoh Monch,
Mm,
uh, Most. If I get Most Yasin on something, that would be
yeah.
amazing. I mean, that's
Bean.
bucket list.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm actually a big fan of CL Smooth. Shout out to Pete Rock and CL.
Mad
Um,
respect.
Pete Rock's picked me up a couple times, and I appreciate that. Got me some exposure. But
Mm.
CL, he's not doing a lot now, but I know he could just, it's like
He's
riding a bike.
he's
He's
doing like
still
a
doing stuff.
blog. Like he's been going live on Instagram lately. I don't know how I
Yeah.
came across it, but I've been watching it. Just seen him
Okay.
today. Yeah.
I saw some of the back and forth between them. It's sad to see, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
hope that gets worked out.
Yes, for sure, man. That's difficult. The but I mean, people fall out like, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's just like you work with people after a while, and sometimes just things doesn't it just doesn't work out anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's a shame, and you just cherish as a lover of music that we had what we had with them while we had it with them. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And getting
Some
back
some
into
things are left on the table.
what was the before we get into it, what was the intent you said behind these bars? Like, what was the overall intent that you were trying to communicate? Just like
This
speak from your soul.
this one here, it's like a lot of it was me projecting because spending too much time online was just eating up the clock, and you're really getting nowhere. It's, doom scrolling all the time. So that really inspired it, and I kind of broadened the scope of it, to make it for everybody. And Boy Sand had already got offline like a couple years back, like around COVID. He just stopped using the internet basically. So he was perfect for this song because he could speak on it, and so yeah, it just came together beautifully like that. But it's really a lot of projection with just little advice for everybody else.
Love it. So here we go, y'all. Let's get into it.
Check 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Here we go. Peace, Moka O. I'ma keep it short, we've seen it all in a short time. This is just a sport, rhymes can't pay the way no more. You gotta stay on tour, or keep your day job, or say no more. For even less, debating if I even need to stress. Wanna deal with these demons in the biz, be my guest. Seen a mess come and go. Shitty with the show, not at 50 years old, all pissy, no dough. In the best scene to lead this plane. Up above, early on, word is born, so do it for the love and keep it moving. If you did your showing and proving to know your worth. If not, kid, you gotta get to work. Cause sitting online ain't worth the time. Can't cash a blue check, it ain't worth the dime. And these dunce cap honeys keep showing the sweet meat, but can't buy lunch with a like or a retweet. You need some help for your self-defeat, but even still, for real, appreciate the free peak. Trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web, trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web.
In the meantime, I cut down on screen time. Leave the honey in the beehive, make it on the peace sign. Originally for nuclear disarmament, nobody knows that. Steam my lead off, cut my head off, it grows back. I draw you a roadmap, but will cut you no slack. I'm not about the right cross and jab and all of that jazz, but cultivate the old snap. I cook it up like emerald, drove by my impulse, shine like an emerald. Nothing like fentanyl, not at all ephemeral. That was not me, a Queen's General, I'm the Queen's General. First one was medical, hypothetical. Trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web, trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web. Go ahead, try and post your titties on the resume. Hit up the interview in the negligee. Or tell them you was playing when you sprayed that race hate. I'm saying, I hope it plays great, mate. I guess you think you're special, and I bet you wouldn't bring that same flex level when I met you. Run your mouth off, king, but be prepared when the southpaw sting. I bring the clippers to your beard, and the song I sing is rooted in the true and living, dude. A slew of bad news if you don't listen, dude. Online presence, but the lesson you find out. Denied access to account, where'd you shine now? Lay a foundation for your latter days. End up busting your ass on Saturdays. And take these words home and think them through. So the next song I write won't be about you. Cause you're trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web, trapped in the web, yapping online, inside the bed cause you killed your time. Tried to stay woke, went broke instead, turned out for clout. Trapped in the web.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody feeling on that one.
He's a stolen bar. You're a trip, Midget Mike. Shout out to you, bro.
And this is and everybody, feedback is important, so please give it. This is actually how I got connected because I was going through one of my rare moments of cleaning the emails out and was going through music. I was getting from Rap Attack Live. Shout out to Nasty Ness, rest in peace. DJ Edition. I was going through my music list and a new stuff to download because my mailbox was getting full, and I heard this, and I kind of went and did something else and let it loop back around a couple times. I said, "Yeah, this is funky." So I said, "Let me hit this brother up, see if we can get him on the show." That's how we connected with Dirty Dutch.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Welcome, welcome.
It's a nice setup, man. I wish I had this when I was doing my podcast. Like this type of technology wasn't available. Like get the
Oh,
video podcasting. It just wasn't good enough remotely.
correct, correct. And our internets was what dial up still or
Yeah,
ADLS.
DSL.
Yeah, DSL. Yep. So
Coach, I
technology
think you're
made it happen.
muted.
Turn your mic
Thank
on,
you.
boy.
Yes, I was muted because I was cussing this daggone program out. Ugh.
How'd that work out for you?
Hey, look, we're good. We're good. This program's dope when it works, and this is the first time that it's not. It's glitching for whatever reason, and it may because we've got storms in my area, and it could be internet connection on my end, and
Possibility. We had some
yeah.
here earlier in Cincinnati, but all calm.
But as long as the playback has been good as far as that goes, regardless of the hey, look, if it sounds good, looks good, we good, man. So, but again, we are live, and I embrace it. I like the liveness of it because it's it feels like it's old school back in the day. But
Yeah.
anyway, what's going on next? Like, you got that album that the single being released. That's Friday, right?
Yeah.
So we got it exclusive until Friday.
Yeah.
And
Freak Show will be out Friday. And all fine digital retailers, that pay pennies on a dollar. And then
Preach, preach, preach.
once we
well,
get that, all the singles put out, we'll put together a package and offer, a physical copy of all the singles as one, release.
very
And
dope.
we'll try and, make an album out of it as far as, sequenced arrangement. We're not just going to slap them on there, add some extra features and stuff.
That's
Gotcha,
dope.
gotcha.
Hey,
I think
look, man.
that's a good idea from what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely. I can't wait to hear it, man. Please send them to me, and we'll get them sent out and played, and anytime you want to come back and do anything and continue to bring content on our platform. Our platform is your platform, family. So
I appreciate that. Yeah.
because I definitely respect the hell out of the amount of work that you have done and you continue to do. And you know, uh, this isn't easy, and trying to do other things at the same time, and you're a parent as well, and you have
Hmm.
work life balance, and this is a whole nother part of life that you're adding into it,
And
and it takes
you
a lot.
keeping your passion up, man. I can tell it. I can feel it. I mean, we went down memory lane early, and that's just made me feel good just to
Yeah.
hear those early stories, but you still got it, still
Yeah.
enthused to drop something new and work on that beat and get some material out for people to consume. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. I think it's integral, as you get older. Don't, what's that line from Step Brothers? Never lose your dinosaur. You know what I mean? And hip hop's my
Yeah,
dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always going to come back to it. And,
You know,
helps me stay young, feel young.
indeed, indeed.
I want to ask one final question from you, but I want you. This is gonna make you think. Hopefully, who was the earliest artist you believed in before other people caught up? Like because you had the opportunity to break so many artists during and with your platform, right? Was there
Uh,
an artist that you went to bat for that people were like saying, nah?
Definitely, I could say a few heads, but I will single out Billy Woods because he was virtually unknown, and I was anything I got from like Super Cron Flight Brothers, the crew he was in, I was playing it, and I always knew he was going to shine. Either as Super Cron, but they stopped working together, or as a solo artist, and like I always saw that he was destined for bigger things, and now look at him, like he's killing it solo, killing it with Armand Hammer with Elucid. Shout out to Elucid. We did a track
Yes.
Hmm.
together also. But yeah, he's definitely one. Homeboy Sandman. You know,
Yeah.
it was a really big deal when he got signed to Stone's Throw,
Yes.
which came much later in his career. People don't realize. And
Correct. Correct.
by the way, Miami Lice coming out soon. Homeboy Sandman, Aesop Rock. I think it comes out the
Ooh,
end of the month, so look out for
Okay.
that. Miami Lice.
Miami
Miami
Lice. I love it.
Lice. It reminds me
That's
of that
dope.
Roscoe song, Miami Vice. Miami Lice. Um, Question. I know we haven't done this in a while. We wrapping up here, but one we used to do is Who You With, where we would pick some artists.
I
But then
can't
we
pull the
also
wheel up right now at the moment, fam.
no, that's good. I ain't going there. I
Don't do
said,
that to me. I ain't
but
got that shit ready
but
for this
another
right
one,
now.
another one.
Not tonight.
Homage to Midget Mike is like what
Yes.
artist or what gets no play in your ride and goes to the Minister Society. Get that bullshit. I said that gets no play in my ride. What what's what is a dislike of music that you hear right now? Something
Uh,
you're just like, nah, yeah, I ain't playing that.
oh man, the first person that comes to my mind is I forget I even forget his name. What's the kid that just said he got blacker on his new album? Uh,
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Like,
Someone I ain't listened to in anyway.
yeah,
he
Who the
was
fuck
already
is
not in
yeah.
your
that?
ride.
I can't remember his name, but he definitely would not be in my ride at any time. And
None of that.
my son's a lot younger than me, and he listens to a lot of new hip hop.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow, yeah, that was
And
the
he
first
said,
kid.
what again?
He said he got blacker on his new album. You haven't seen it? It's like a big meme that's going around, like people making all
Nah,
kinds of
fam.
memes about it. Oh
Nah,
man,
fam. Like I
it's
we
a trip.
got a
You
lot
got
of
to see
shit
some of the
going
stuff.
on.
Yeah, he dug deeper into black music. He got blacker, not
Yeah.
like pigmentation wise, just his culturally he's gotten blacker. So he says.
Anyways, yeah,
Making
but
me take my damn hat off now, man.
Yep. Actually, that I actually have been hearing that song. Yep. Fuck you mean? That's catchy. Ain't my style, but sometimes it's still catchy. Like there's certain little jingles and commercials you don't like, but it's effective because you remember it.
uh,
So
You
it's
know
like
what?
it can burn to your head.
We've all
yeah,
had we've all said things that we wish we could take back, and I'm sure that's something we should fucking take back. I hope we wish we could take that shit back. But anyway, damn. Going back to that old meme. Man, it's been a pleasure, a privilege, and an honor, and I truly hope that you would be willing to bless us again with your presence sometime whenever you have time again.
likewise, brothers. It's been an honor. Love being here. Appreciate you having me. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Midget Mike. Appreciate all y'all for sticking around and listening. And yeah, I'd love to come back in any capacity. Just keep in touch, and I'll definitely keep in touch with you guys. Send you
Absolutely,
some new
fam.
stuff.
Thank you so much, fam. Well, everybody, it's the one and only Dirt E Dutch, y'all. So thank you so
Peace.
much for being on Beat Boys Underground. We will see you all in about, what is it? About at the top of the hour, we've got another episode of B-Boys Underground getting ready to start with the one and only DJ Lex. He's DJ'd and opened up for many of artists, including he had a band that he started in Japan, and we'll get back to that. So keep it pushing, keep it positive, keep persevering. We are out. Much love.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. From my city to your world. We are City World.